Hey everybody, hello, happy Friday, happy Venus Day. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful, beautiful day. I know it's been wonderful for me. The sun is out, the sun is shining, it's warm out, and I'm just feeling so much good energy today. And I wanted to come on. Like, I just got back from getting my nails done. I'm about to go get in a workout, but I wanted to come on here and give this message that was given to me today. So I woke up again and had yet another dream. And I decided, I wrote down my dream and, I was like, okay, I'm feeling some things out. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go get my nails done. I'm going to let this marinate and I'm going to see, if any other signs come to me from anywhere else. And as soon as I got on the road, I saw 333 like 3 times. I'm like, okay. Like Jupiter energy is very heavy. And if you know Jupiter energy, Jupiter is all about expansion, and it is about luck and prosperity, dreaming, believing in yourself. And I'm just feeling that right now you are embarking on almost like a reinvention of yourself, because some of the other synchronicities that I'm getting heavy, also Saturn energy, Uranus, and today is the 8th, and we are in the year of the wood dragon, okay? And 8 is all about transformation, it's all about alchemy. So one of the main messages that I'm getting is that you are almost, because in my dream, even though if you are part of the LGBTQ and maybe you are coming into like your authentic self when it comes to that and you are embracing that part of yourself, congratulations. However, in my dream, what I was feeling from the dream that I had, there was this boy in my dream, and he was 10 years old, okay? 10 years old, which is connected to Saturn. And basically, I guess like his mom had kicked him out of the house, and he went to go live with his dad and his stepmom. And he was just so grateful to them, and just saying thank you to them, and how they, took him in, and he was like really excited, about turning 10. And he was talking about like when he came out or whatever at school. And so one thing about 10 is the completion of cycles, okay? So what I'm feeling right now, even if you are not part of the LGBT, this does not mean that you have to be a part of the LGBTQ community or anything like that. However, if you are, like I said, congratulations. But this, what I'm feeling is there is a sense of reinventing yourself and becoming more of yourself, more of your authentic self right now. And you are going through tremendous transformations that are really kind of guiding you back to your light and your childlike essence, essentially, and just being super grateful for everything that is around you right now. It's almost that you are caring less about what people think about you, and kind of just basically saying that being you and being authentic to yourself is more important than what anyone else has to say. It is also, what I got from that is that even though, you may have had to leave certain things behind, right? Maybe even certain people behind. You are the more you come into yourself, the more you attract your soul family, people who resonate with this authentic energy, your pureness, right? Like the true you, people who actually resonate with you on a soul level rather than this superficial, artificial level. You want people around you who truly see you for who you are, right? Who literally feel you, okay? I'm one of those people. I'm like, as a person who feels very deeply and who sees other people so deeply and have this deep understanding of people naturally, and a person who I just desire to understand people on such a deep level, and I try to see people on a deep level so that I can be understanding of who they are, and so I know how to accommodate them. Not even just like accommodate, but just so like, you know what I mean? Just so like I know how to interact with them. I know what they need. Like, I'm just a person that I don't know, I just care a lot about people, okay? I just care a lot. Damn. So it's just like I like to understand people. And it's like I require that back too, because otherwise I don't feel, you know what I mean? Like, that is how I feel appreciated, with people trying to understand me. If people try to understand me, they actually make the effort to understand me, that is how I know that okay, it's safe to let this person in. But if not, I'm just like, I don't want you around me. Like, and yes, there are people for different, reasons. But when I say like I don't want people around me, I mean that I wouldn't want them, like, I don't care to get to know that person on a, like, or for them to get to know me. I don't care to let them in such a manner that they can really see the depths of me. You know what I mean? Like, you can see the depths of me from afar because they do be on display, but like, you're not gonna get to know me in like this deep, like, intimate way. Like, I'm not letting you into like my intimate circle, my intimate sacred space, but you can watch from afar. And it's like, as you begin to embrace more of your authentic self and expand onto new territory, let's say new territory, you may be finding that certain things and certain people are starting to fall away. And it may seem like everything is going wrong and you may be, things aren't going as you may have planned it. Or you'll notice that you are getting maybe rejected from certain things you are trying to go towards, but they may not necessarily serve where you see yourself in the long run, right? They don't serve where you're trying to go. And so those things may not be working out for you, and you may be wondering why certain opportunities, right? Why you aren't getting certain opportunities. And to that, I say, please take that as redirection, right? Take the rejection as redirection, because there is something greater waiting for you, okay? And different opportunities are going to be presenting themselves to you the more you pour into your craft, the things that make you happy, and the less you think about like what other people are going to think about it. Like, just do what makes you happy, because regardless, like, that is, to me, that is one of the most fulfilling things. Like, happiness is one of the greatest currencies, okay? Like, because happiness it's an abundant energy, right? And so it's like, regardless of what situation you're in, it's important to find something that you can be grateful for, right? You have to be grateful for what's in front of you. Otherwise, you will never be grateful for anything that you get, right? So it's like, y'all, I need to stop saying right. Like, right. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna get there, but yes, so be grateful for what's in front of you. Otherwise, you will have a thirst that can never be quenched. Like, if you can't find anything to be happy for or happy about in like your immediate life and in whatever circumstances you are in, like, you will never be happy. You have to, it's like, happiness is a choice, okay? Everything is a choice, you know what I mean? Like, and it's like, yes, we cannot help certain emotions, but you can change your perspective and how you look at things. Like, you can change that. You do not have to rest in a like victim mentality, right? Like, take your power back and realize that you do have control, right? It's like, you don't have to control every little single thing, but you do have some control. You have control over how you feel about things, how you look at things. Like, look at them from all different angles, because it's like, one thing that happened to me in my dream, right? So I'm sitting at this light. I'm sitting at a light, and I know it's not my turn. I'm not gonna have the right of way when the light turns green. But for some reason, I just don't feel like waiting. And I'm like, I'm gonna bust this left. I'm gonna bust the left, like, as soon as the light turns green. So as soon as the light turns green, right? Which, remember, green is the heart chakra. So as soon as that light turns green, I tried to make the left, but it's like something was like, and I made a U-turn. And so in my head, I was like, what the hell? I'm like, and especially, I'm like, I know how to drive. And I'm like, and it was slow too. Like, it was almost like I was no longer driving, and I came to like this slow stop, and I just decided to pull over and park. And that is like, because once you start operating, right, from your heart and your soul and what makes you happy, like, it's like, because, okay, I'll say this. When you are operating from your heart, it is like a natural shield of protection. Okay, like, the universe will protect you, and the universe knows you, okay? And I don't know how to explain it. Like, for people, like, you would really just kind of have to, because we're not going to go into the depths. Like, I don't know what you believe in, but me, I don't believe in I don't believe in coincidence, for one. I don't believe in coincidence. And I'm not gonna go into like a super deep conversation about metaphysics and all that. But the universe knows who you are. The universe knows your heart. And it's like rejection is protection, okay? And you are just getting, when one door closes, another one opens. Let your heart guide you. And it may not necessarily be down a path that you may have thought for yourself before, right? Because you may start to like rethink things that you have been planning for yourself, or that you thought you wanted originally. But it's like, as you become more of yourself and you begin to explore different parts of yourself, parts of desires, things that make you happy, that bring you joy, like on a soul level, that make your heart smile, you're going to be redirected in different directions, right? Your route is going to change. Basically, it's like let your heart be your compass, right? Because it's going to lead you on to greater things. Room is being made for you. Okay, it's like lanes are being open for you. People are moving out of your way. Essentially, you are coming, and it's just like everything is going to essentially unfold for you. Everything that is meant for you is going to unfold naturally, and things are naturally going to move out of your way. You are naturally going to repel what does not serve you, and this includes people as well. Like your light, the more that it shines, like you may have people who do not understand what you're doing. You may have people who project their own insecurities onto you because you embrace yourself in such a way that they wish that they could. And it's like, do not let that negative energy like sit with you and sit on you. Do not let other people's doubt bring you down. It's like, only you, only you know what you're capable of. And you cannot let the opinions of others and how others feel about you dictate what you do, or how you feel about yourself and how you feel about your own craft and what you are doing. It is important for you, above anyone else, to have faith in yourself, to have the utmost faith in yourself. No matter who's clapping for you, who's cheering you on, you know that you're gifted. Like, okay, and I'm gonna tell you, I know that you're gifted because I be thinking everybody's dope. Like, one thing about me is I can find light in anything. So like, I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Like, it's very easy for me to see light in other people's and see what they're gifted at, and like things that, like, I don't know, there is something good to be found in everything, is how I view life most of the time. Like, a lot of people, like, when they talk about evil eye, they're like, oh, send it back. Like no, we are going to take that, because people are giving you their energy, right? And energy can always be alchemized. You can always transmute that into more. You want to take that and use it as fuel for yourself, right? It's like, if you're gonna give me energy, then I'm gonna put it to use. You know what I'm saying? Like, we do not want to continue and perpetuate karmic cycles. It's like, let your love be so overpowering that they cannot help but for their facades to fall, right? For their hate to just extinguish it with your light, right? Your fire, your passion, extinguish their hate, right? Like, we want the world to accommodate us, if that makes sense, right? So it's like, the more people who embody the frequency of love, the more the world will accommodate you. So it's like, the more you impact the people around you, the bigger the world will seem. Because like, I always have this thing where I'm like, you can get to a certain level, right? You get to a certain level, but as long as the people around you are not transforming, like, the world is going to feel very small for you. It's going to feel so small because of like how small-minded people can be. And you have to think, like, every physical creation is created by a human, by us, right? Like, we literally, it's like, if y'all watched my other video, because I don't really want to go into detail right now, but it's like, behind every structure, behind every system, behind every belief, there are people behind it that make it a reality, right? So if you want your reality to be greater, like if you envision something for yourself, it's important, like, the more energy that you have directed towards something, the faster it manifests, the more it manifests, right? So we want more people who are embracing positive energies and the frequency of love, right? Because like it's gonna make the world like a better place. And I'm sorry if that sounds corny, but that's just what it is. Yeah, like that's just what it is. And so it's like, may you become so abundant that even if they don't want to, even if they like, may you become so abundant that it literally blesses those who may look at you with doubt or hate in their heart, who don't even understand their hate. Like, they don't really hate you. They don't really hate you. They hate something that they lack within themselves, okay? So do not internalize that. Do not internalize that. Do what you're gonna do and pay them no mind, okay? Like, you on a mission, stay on your mission, and if anybody gets in your way, may they be roadkill for the next feast. And it is what it is, honey. You can get ran over, or you can get on board. But baby, we on missions, okay? And I'm gonna tell you right now, as people see you doing better, right? Stepping into new and etc., you are going to have people from your past who are going to start popping up. People from your past are going to see you doing great, doing better. They're going to, especially people who counted you out, people who were like, no, like maybe like you're not on my level, etc. They're going to start popping up when they see you doing better. But one thing is, I always say, if someone couldn't see your potential from the beginning, they never saw you in the first place. If they could not see what lied at your core from the beginning, that is like, no. Like, leave the past in the past. One thing about me, we don't move backwards, okay? You know, sharks, yeah, they don't go backwards, honey, and neither will we. So leave people in the past. If they didn't see your worth from the get-go, like, they don't deserve to be in your life. And that's just how I feel. Like, that's personally how I feel. Like, like, you didn't see me. And that is really important, is for someone to see me on a soul level, right? And it's like, once I learn a lesson, like, that lesson is complete. I'm moving on, and I am not taking that same energy into nothing new, right? So it's like, you learned that lesson, now you need to apply it. Do not go backwards. If you feel yourself going backwards, if you feel someone dragging you back into old cycles, you know what you need to do? Leave them. Leave them where they had you up at, okay? Because we're not doing that, honey. No. Love is unconditional, but love is not without boundaries, okay? If someone is not reciprocating the energy that you are putting out, they gotta go, honey. They gotta go, because we're not letting anyone deplete our energy, okay? It doesn't matter how understanding you are. You can be understanding and say, like, I understand where you're coming from, but at the same time, if you are not also giving me what I need, then I'm gonna have to exit. Or you gonna have to exit. But this is not gonna work, okay? Another thing that I'm getting is that, like, so I was in the nail shop. I'm in the nail shop, and I'm just like, I love my, I think most of them are like from Thailand, if I'm not mistaken. And like, there's a lot of chatter going on. I'm like, the traffic is outside, people are bustling, driving, things like that. And one thing I got from that is that especially like, spring is around the corner, right? Like, spring is approaching us, and spring is all about fertility. And today, like I said, it's Friday. Venus is also associated with fertility. And then walking out of the nail shop, I saw a ladybug, like, as soon as I walked out. And so in my dream, like, I'm like, I was in this family. There was this Asian family. They fed me. They fed me, and it was like, one thing that I was getting from that is, the more you operate from your heart, right? The more you operate from your heart, like, you may think that you don't have it all right now, right? And you don't know how you're going to get to where you're trying to get to. But one thing I'm getting is that, you're going to be doing a lot of traveling. It seems like traveling is definitely going to be, you're going to be traveling a lot more. And you are going to be booked and busy. I don't know what it is that you do, but whatever it is, your creative ideas, all of that, like, you're going to be booked and busy. And it may not be right now, so don't think about it like, oh, like, it's coming right now. Like, don't focus on that, but just know, like, it is in your future. It's in your destiny to be booked and busy. But it's like, your heart is going to get you to places that you cannot even think of right now. Like your higher self may like see this already, but like you may not be thinking like these are places you are going to be. But I'm getting like the more you connect with people, right? Because one thing that I had to think about, like when it comes to traveling, right, is I'm like, for people who cannot travel or cannot afford to travel to different places, it's like connect more with people of different cultures, because it is essentially, they are like portals to that place, right? And they open and expand your mind. The more you connect with people who don't think like you, who don't look like you, who practice different cultures, etc., etc., like you learn and you digest so much, right? And you never know who you're going to run into. You don't know who you're going to run into, especially people of different cultures. They are so generous. Like they are so generous. So you just never know like what opportunities you are going to run into. And that's another thing I was picking up on. It's like opportunities are going to be throwing themselves at you. You're not going to have to go out of your way to find these opportunities. Now, but think like faith without works is dead. So don't stop working, keep working hard and do your due diligence, you know what I mean? And really pour into your craft. Pour into your craft. Take it one step at a time. Take everything one step at a time. I was driving to come home, right? I was driving to come home and I ended up seeing this license plate, and it didn't say Ruth, but it had like the way that the numbers and letters were jumbled up. I'd be seeing all kinds of things like through symbols and all kinds of stuff. So I was led to a scripture. And it's crazy because my grandmother's name is Ruth. She passed on, and she has been one of my spirit guides since then. But it is crazy because I was led to Ruth 2:8, or Ruth chapter 2 verses 8 through 12. And my grandmother literally, her birthday was on February 8th. So 2:8 is her birthday. And now at first I looked up 12:8. That wasn't a chapter. There's no chapter 12. Apparently there's no chapter 12 in Ruth, okay? And I will say that I'm not really a fan of religion at all, but I do think that there is truth to be found in everything, and that honestly, because like I feel like all religions lead back to the same truth, so you can literally find truth in literally like every single thing, right? Because everything comes from one source. Everything was one before it became all these different perspectives, right? So it's just like difference literally is a matter of perspective. But I'm going to read the scripture that I was led to. So it says, so Boaz said to Ruth, my daughter, listen to me. Don't go and glean in another field, and don't go away from here. Stay here with the women who work for me. Watch the field where the men are harvesting and follow along after the women. Watch the field where the men are harvesting and follow along after the women. I have told the men not to lay a hand on you. And whenever you are thirsty, go and get a drink from the water jars the men have filled. At this, she bowed down with her face to the ground. She asked him, why have I found such favor in your eyes that you notice me, a foreigner? Boaz replied, I've been told all about what you have done for your mother-in-law since the death of your husband, how you left your father and mother and your homeland and came to live with a people you did not know before. May the Lord repay you for what you have done. May you be richly rewarded with the Lord, the God of Israel, under whose wings you have come to take refuge. And honestly, when I read it, I cried for a little while, because one, I was just, the fact that it resonated, right? And I'm like, the fact that I saw the license plate, I looked it up on the spot. And then I pulled up into my parking lot, parked in my space or whatever, and I read it, and I couldn't help but to cry, because I'm like, it already had to do with this message, because I'm talking about, you know, the more you operate from love for your heart, there are going to be things just pouring out from you from every single direction. You're not even gonna know. Like, people are just going to give you so much love and so much support, and it's just like all of the love that you've given to people that were not necessarily reciprocated or shown back to you, all the times where you just thought, you know what I mean? Like, people just took you for granted. Like, none of that went without notice, and you are entering your harvest season, okay? Like, And the more you do, like your harvest season is around the corner. So whenever you are watching this, and if this does resonate with you, okay, like you are, whew, I'm hearing soft life and I'm hearing soft life, child. Like, yes, I said, where the men don't lay a hand on me, drink from the water jars, okay? Like, and the men are harvesting. I'm not doing no work. Now, but me, I'm gonna be working regardless. But what I mean is, it's just that, like, not having to overwork yourself, right? And it's just like, you are just entering such an abundant time right now. And that is really all I can say. If y'all want to read that, it was Ruth chapter 2, verse 8 through 12. And I'm trying to think if I had anything else to say, but let your heart guide you into the unknown, right? And it's like, always remain secure within yourself. Like, and honestly, like, it's like a lot of people don't think that the fairy tale life exists, but it does. But it's just like, if you don't set your sights high, and if you just want what is like expected, right? Like fairy tales is always something unexpected happening. It's always like super spontaneous. Like it's whimsical. Like if you want a fairy tale, honey, you gotta dream a little. Dream a little. Don't be so rigid. Like don't be so rigid. Be fluid. You know what I mean? Adapt. Because things are going to change a lot around you, and you just gotta go with the flow, right? Go with the flow. Do not resist it. Okay, just give in, surrender to the process. Because I promise you, this is how I've lived life for the longest. And at first, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't feel like it was whimsical. I just knew, like, baby, I ain't got no choice. So, and the cat always land on her feet. So, but anyways, yes, I hope this message is well received, and I hope whoever was meant to receive it received it. I'm sending so much love to y'all. Hope y'all have a great rest of y'all day, and bye.